Good morning, YouTube. So, Monday, it's about noon-ish, and I'm gonna head out down to Maple Ridge. Gonna reconnect with a buddy, Jeff. Jeff is the guy on my hockey team, or who is the team captain of our hockey team. But he's also got a business. He's got a thing with the woodworking and whatnot. And I'm gonna go and talk to him about a potential project that I'm hoping would get, into production ASAP. And obviously he'll be compensated for that because it's a pretty big job. But the job that entails, or the job that I'm gonna go talk to him about, how many times can I say job, is a new desk. I was gonna say job again. The desk behind me, where houses my computer and my monitors, is really dated, and it's one of those ones you get at Walmart, and you get a good 10 years out of them, and then you replace it. Oh, another thing, thinking of buying a DSLR camera. I've always wanted one, and before I bought this camera that I use a lot, the Coolpix from Nikon, I was also looking in towards the DSLR, but at the time it was just, I thought maybe, for what I was doing for just like random YouTube videos, that going with a DSLR probably wasn't the most logical investment. Going with the Coolpix, which this camera again I'm using, I got at a really good price, and it was an open box price, so I think that was only used for like 2-3 months. This is still going to be used for probably YouTube videos, like the whole Coolpix. This is the Nikon S9900, but I've been looking online at local shops as well for kind of like a mid-range DSLR. I think right now, I'm going to bite the bullet, and so I got to really delve deep inside within and figure out what I want. I gotta ask myself some questions. What am I gonna use the camera for? I know there was one I was looking at. I'm pretty set on one right now. Canon Rebel T6I. Right now on Broadway, which is a camera store locally, they do have them on sale, but I don't know financially if I'm still gonna be able to afford that one. And rather than buying that today, because I was gonna pull the trigger today, which again would have been awesome, but I don't think it's gonna fit the budget currently. So wait till the next paycheck, and that should be good to go. So very excited for that. Here's the latest. Let's put this up here a little bit up here. My phone died, so en route to Jeff's place out in Maple Ridge. I had the directions on my GPS on my phone, but I was down to a bar, and with Wi-Fi, it just sucks the life out of the battery. And guess what? It did die on me. It was just turning on 232 here in Maple Ridge, and then for some odd reason, well, not some odd reason, I knew it was gonna die. Hoping that this charges ASAP so I can turn the phone on and figure out how to get to Jess, because I don't have his. Okay, so I forgot my SD card. I had loaded some footage from the last few days, and so this camera, my Nikon, there's no SD card in there. That's why it counts down to 30 seconds and then turns off the recording. Literally just stops recording after 30 seconds. That was why it was stopping suddenly when I was recording. But fuck, just a weird day. Amongst all the weirdness that happened on my way out of the door, I just forgot certain things, like charging the battery on my phone, and then forgetting to put the SD card back in the camera. So, scatterbrained again. Oh, I gotta love it. You gotta love it. Just in case I don't make it out to Jeff's place. Jeff, I did make an effort, but this is as far as I got. 232 Street in Maple Ridge. If I don't get my phone charged, I'm going back home. Sorry, buddy. Okay. Wednesday morning, I just got back from the Coastal Hand Clinic. Peter, who was the specialist that I spoke to, told me some good news. He said that aside from, a little bit of cartilage, possibly a little bit of ligament damage, it should heal itself. Obviously be a little more mindful if I'm going to be playing any sports, and just, no hard no hard hits in that area, no hard impact. and pretty much guaranteed, saying that as long as I'm smart about it, I should be good in a few months. He says even at my point, treatment-wise, it's just more assessment and therapy, and really at the end of the day, if there was surgery required, it'd be like 8 months down the road. Like if something really severe happened to it, then they might fast track that potential surgery. But for my case, I don't have to do that, so good news. He did recommend a splint, but he said really at the end of the day, not really recommended either. So good news. I just need a little bit more reassurance, a little bit more on a professional side, someone who's a specialist. So at the end of the day, worth the money, because I just wanted to make sure it was a-okay, because it's not one of those typical falls and in the next few days I'm fine. This was already like a month, 2 months after the fact. So yeah, super happy. Now head over to Guilford Mall. I'm gonna go to Sage and pick up some essential oils. Yeah, you heard me, essential oils. Don't judge me until you've tried it. It's pretty cool. Very therapeutic. Head to Guilford and pick up a few essential oils. So back on the road we go. Oh, this is awesome. Rebel T6I. I have not played around with... Is that changing anything? It's not. I'm playing with a dial and it's obviously not doing anything. The other day I actually played with the camera when I got off of work, and it was overexposed, but I also wasn't happy with the footage because I was disheveled. I just looked really like I looked like a homeless man, essentially, is what it looked like. But this camera is awesome. And I got the AC cranked up because today is a gorgeous day, but I made a mistake by leaving the windows up rather than leaving one cracked open so some fresh air can get in. I don't know how the audio is. The AC's cranked up. I'm gonna lower it down a little here because it's cool now. So it'll be interesting to see what it sounds like when I put this into the editing software. And this camera is beautiful. I moved a little bit and it looks, I'm looking at the screen again. I'm looking at the screen again. I'm gonna have to get used to that. On the other camera, I didn't do that. I didn't have a problem because I got used to looking right smack in the middle of the lens or the camera, which I'm gonna have to get used to doing as well. But hopefully the audio is good. Haven't seen anything yet on the editing software because it's all still on the camera, obviously. Side note, I didn't record any of the visit at Jeff's place or at his home office, but we hammered out some details. I still gotta get some measurements for him. Forgot to email him all those details. But essentially the desk behind me will be replaced and it's gonna be a custom desk job. And Jeff is gonna help me, or he's gonna pretty much be the mastermind behind the creation of my new desk. And so yeah, I'm gonna get him the measurements and then he's gonna get me some pricing, and it's gonna be a glorious opportunity for both sides. So I hope you guys enjoyed this combo vlog, and I will see you guys later.